As you may remember on my last video, I showed you guys a clip where you saw my green female arrow which spawned with my crossback less than 2 months ago was engaged in another pairing behavior but with a different partner. This time it is with my super high back RTG. The reason I'm going to transfer them is because for the last 2 weeks, I have seen them in a pairing display. So, I am hoping that it would be successful this time since the first did not succeed, probably because I was not able to transfer the pair before they spawned. Anyway, here is the tank that I will use for this potential pair. It is a 150-gallon tank which measures 5 by 2 by 2 feet, and it will also run on a 5 feet with 4 layers trickle filter. As you can see, I am starting to fill up the tank with water coming from my main tank. This way, I can skip the cycling process and would immediately allow me to do the transfer. The filtration also needs to be set up. I am using the old media that dried up when I shut down this tank a couple of months ago, but at the bottom layer of the trickle filter, I am using media that were submerged in the last chamber of the sump of my main tank since the time again I turned off the filter of this tank. So somewhat there is a considerable amount of beneficial bacteria in there, which is actually what we are after when the tank undergoes the cycling stage. I am also using a week-old filter wool from my main tank at the first layer of the trickle filter for added beneficial bacteria. This way, I am able to skip the cycling process since basically what I am doing is just like providing a separate space for the pair or just having an extension of my main tank. So for the transfer, I am using a big plastic bag and a small net. If you might be wondering what the small net is for, it is to guide the arrow's head going to the plastic bag. I am also turning the tank lights off because I am already used to this practice whenever I transfer my arowanas. Also, for me, having no light would lessen the chances of the arrow getting spooked. Sorry for the dark video, guys, but like I said, I really intend to do this method every time I transfer arowanas. And if you look a bit closer, you will see that the first arrow went into the plastic bag calmly. The second arrow also was a bit calm when it entered the plastic bag but needed to be guided with a small fish net. After the arrow has entered the plastic bag, I let it settle in there for a couple of minutes. I do this because I want to avoid any injuries if it goes wild while lifting the bag or while in the process of transfer. This is also the time when I turn on the tank lights to observe its behavior. When I notice that the arrow is somewhat relaxed, I start to drain some of the water in the plastic bag to lessen the weight of it. But not only that, I also think that the lesser the water in the plastic bag, the lesser the chance of breaking, even when the arrow acts wildly during the transfer. Anyway, the new tank is very near my main tank, so even if the water in the bag isn't enough for the arrow to swim, I'm sure it can bear the short time being out of it. And again, this lessens the chance of the plastic bursting and seeing the arrow on the floor. By the way, I also do not need air supply and tie the plastic bag since the transfer is very near. Finally, I immediately set the arrow free in its new tank without acclimation since again what I did was literally just transfer the stuff, I mean water and media, from my main tank to the new tank, so I guess this is safe for my arrows. So there they are in their new tank, hoping that these two can adjust to their new environment fast and go back to their mating behavior. I hope that you found the video entertaining and informative, so stay tuned for more arrow talk only here at my channel.